Hello, everyone in the One in a Million community. My name is Eunice, and today I'm going to teach you the fastest and the most straightforward way to improve your confidence and your speaking. This is something that I have been teaching for quite a while. My backstory is that I was someone who was so bad at holding presence, especially when people gave me attention. I always felt like I didn't deserve attention and I just wasn't a good speaker. My mind would be all frazzled and all over the place, and I wouldn't be able to find the words. My face would flush, my ears would feel red hot, and point being, I just could not hold the present moment and I couldn't hold attention. And I'm going to share with you the reason why meditating is going to get you there. Now, what I've heard from a lot of people who teach confidence is a lot of times it's a very performative act. And a lot of the techniques focus on, showing yourself to be more confident and also, just making it about other people's perception, like making yourself perceive to look more confident in front of others. So essentially, it's about other people, not really about yourself. And I think having gone through using those techniques and realizing that they don't really work, because even if I can look more confident in front of others, there's something in me that just does not feel peaceful. There's something that just doesn't feel empowering about using those techniques. And there's just a place in my body and my heart that those techniques and confidence rituals, it just does not touch. It doesn't land in a very deep-seated place in my soul. And I had to go through a long journey of finding myself and finding my voice to realize that your confidence doesn't lie in how you appear to other people and all these things that you practice to look more confident. And it really doesn't matter how well prepared you are either. Your confidence and your ability to speak coherently, properly, smoothly, it's all about the coherence within yourself. And so if your heart is fighting with the mind, if you're confused, if you're distracted, if you've got a lot of chatter in your mind, if you are judgmental towards yourself, if you couldn't get out of your own head, you've got all these beliefs about yourself or your audience, there's no amount of exercise that is going to help you ground yourself in the present moment, because it's really all about being connected to the present moment with your message. So why does meditating work? Now, once I really understood this, I started just clearing my head and I started just spending time with myself and spending time in meditation as much as I possibly could, so that I could first get internally aligned. And this really helped my self-confidence. Now, the reason it helps with your speaking is because speaking is actually just a natural expression of your inner environment, of your inner substance. So if you have a lot of clutter in your head, if you have unresolved things in your heart, if you've got a lot of emotional turmoil going on throughout the day, and you're confused, you're scared, you're panicked, you're afraid that other people are going to hurt you, judge you, say mean things about you, and maybe you're saying mean things about yourself too, then the confusion energy is what's going to come out. You're going to sound like you doubt yourself. You're going to sound like you're not sure what you want to say. You're going to look like you're conflicted because what you appear is not what you say you are. You're going to sound like uncertain of yourself. You're going to not sound very grounded. You're not going to sound present. You're not going to appear to be present because your mind is all over the place. So naturally, you're not going to be transmitting the energy that you really want to project, which is calm, coherence, clarity, and confidence, right? So when you meditate, what's actually happening is you're not trying really to silence the mind, although that can happen. But when you meditate, you're really making time to observe all the clutter and all the garbage in your head so that you've made time to see the garbage, to see the clutter, to see the mess that is in your head. As disorganized as that is, as chaotic as that space is going to be, the magic happens when you just sit there and watch. Now, I can tell you, meditation can feel like a very boring practice, especially when you're the kind of person who, like, when you see something, you just want to react. Like, kind of like social media. Like, you see something you like, you want to like it. You see something funny, you want to heart it. You see something like ha ha ha, and you want to send it to your friend. Like, that's kind of what we're conditioned to do with social media. But what meditation does to you is that it forces you to just watch. And so you could be like scrolling reels after reels, stories after stories in your brain, and there's really nothing you could do about it. You just like observe, oh, look at all this garbage that is flying through my head. And there's nothing I really need to do about it. Yeah, no, I mean, wow, I mean, look at that. That's just absolute nonsense. Yeah, but you know what? That's okay. I'm at peace with it. You're at peace with it. That is the main feeling that you want to get to, is the fact that you can be at peace with it. Like, you could actually be okay with it. So when it comes to like getting alignment and understanding what the substance that's going on in your head, you are no longer fighting with yourself. You're no longer arguing with yourself. You're no longer resisting these thoughts in your head. You're like, there's a bunch of garbage flying around and it's kind of nonsense. And, like repeating the story and this conversation that happened with the other person the other day. But you know what? That's okay. I accept it. And in that process, you just get so clear because there's no more resistance. You're not resisting your imperfections. You're not resisting the noise that is the white noise in the background. You sort of just like accept it. It's like just background noise. So that when the time comes to connect with other people and show up and speak to other people and present your ideas, it makes your life a lot easier because you are no longer at the state of fighting and resisting yourself. And you just get so clear. Like, you don't even need to rehearse what you want to say. I mean, there are certain circumstances where like rehearsing actually would bring some value and would bring an additional level of confidence to you. But that is not where confidence needs to come from. Your confidence is going to come from just being aligned with yourself, just staying authentic and true to yourself, and just, accepting who you are so that the version you show yourself to other people is exactly the same as the version you see yourself on the inside. You're no longer resisting it. You're no longer trying to make a better impression of yourself because you couldn't accept who you are on the inside. And so you make this facade. Like, you don't have to sound more confident than you actually are. All you need is internal alignment. All you need is self acceptance. All you need is to be at peace with your own garbage. That is entirely okay. And allow that white noise to be there so that when the time comes for you to show up and have that energetic exchange with people, you have the clarity, you have the words, you are able to form your words, you won't lose track of your thoughts. You're not going to doubt yourself because you have inner coherence and you know exactly who you are and you already accept yourself. So why wouldn't other people accept you? Right? And the whole thing just becomes a lot more natural because you are just being yourself in front of other people. And that is really where confidence comes from. You're no longer trying to be someone else. You're no longer trying to appear as someone else. You're no longer trying to appear more than who you are, other than just what you are. If people really don't like it, they could just walk away. And it doesn't matter because you're here for yourself. So, deep down, that's what I know about confidence. There's no amount of drills and techniques and hacks for you to practice enough to really skip through all this inner work. This inner work is essential for you to establish your confidence because it's really just about meeting yourself where you are and whether or not if you can be at peace with it. So if this message resonates with you and you're like, Eunice, this is the final piece I have not tried. And you know what? Today I'm going to meditate. I'm going to clear my head, or I'm going to spend some time with myself really to get to know myself. Please do that. Please let me know in the comments that you decided to do that. I really hope you like this video. I always create content like this. So make sure you hit subscribe if you like this type of stuff. And until next time, please take care, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.